Okay, fine. Okay, today I'm going to start teaching the dogs the number 116 rally sign, the halt, pivot, right, forward. Now for this, my dog obviously has to understand how to do dig work toward a sign. They need to have an automatic halt, which I expect my dog to sit as soon as I'm stopping. And they need to understand how to wrap around me for a right turn pivot and then drive off their rear end as I go forward. It's really important for them to drive off that rear on forwards. I will be using Poe and Card. Today, though, I took out a bunch of equipment to clean my van, and I have yet to put back in my toys or my leashes. So, no leash for Poe today. It's going to be a good test for him to see how he does. If worse comes to worse, I will just do Card. I will just work on foundations with Poe because I don't want to allow him to do bad behaviors just because I don't have a leash. For my off-leash work with Poe, in the future, I will use a light line if I need to, but light lines, dogs can't know that they're on, and so I'll do a training tip on that in the future. Because it's really important that that I'm not using my leash necessarily to control the dog. I'm using my leash to use consequences and to make sure that my dog can't get away from me or spook or in an unsafe location. It keeps them safe. But we'll get into that later. Okay, make sure you stay tuned for the training tip that's coming up after the video, and please make sure you like and subscribe all the videos on YouTube, and share them with your friends. Please do comment. I would like to hear from you. It's really important for me to hear comments and input. That's how I make things better for everybody, and that's how basically everything gets out to more and more people. So please keep that up. I do appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Remember, I want to keep it active. Good job. Oh, you missed that one. Here it is right there. There it is. Right there. Good job. Hard. Get up. Close. Very pretty. I want to reinforce that sit. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Nicely done. Let me go get Card. Good sit. Record that sit occasionally. There we go. Good boy. Good job. He pushes on me sometimes. You can tell. That's why I stop and I say, stay off me. Close. Yes, good boy. There it is. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Get that one? All right, come here. One more. Close. Dig work. Good boy. Remember, I want to do that every single time. Settle. All right, wrap up. Very, very pleased, especially with Poe. As I said in the intro, I had taken everything out of my van. I got treats. I don't have leashes. I don't have toys. I don't have anything, any training things. So
This was a total test for Poe. I was willing to forego training if I had to today. But he did beautifully off leash. He did beautifully on his turns. He did beautifully on his rear end awareness. I was just really pleased with him. Card did pretty good. He's still pushing me. He's going to continue to push me. That's just a beast. Make sure though that when you're working that you reinforce the individual pieces occasionally. Make sure that you add in your dig work and your one-way focus work. Both of those are very important for every single thing you do, whether it's obedience, rally, agility, doesn't matter. All right, I think that's it. Stay tuned for the training tip coming up, and we will see you soon. Good boy. Let's go. Okay.
Training tip for the day. All right, attention consequences. When my dog is not paying attention to me or loses focus or looks away, I do not, repeat, I do not use a verbal. I use a physical. So I will leave. I'll tap them. I'll use my foot or my hand to just tap them. When they look back, I will praise them, and then I will break into play or engagement of some sort, because I want to make sure that I let them know that looking at me is good and that they're going to get rewarded for it. When you're healing with your dog should look at you 100% of the time. If he's not focused on you, either mentally or physically, you need to do something. And when I say do something, that's don't do a verbal. So I don't use watch me, I don't use look here, I don't do cues to look at my face, I use physicals. All right, and in the long run, the dog learns that it's not in their best interest to look away. And if you always are reinforcing them looking at you when they hear a distraction, if you tap or if you just, tap them with your hand or your foot and they look back and you say, yes, good dog, and you break into play, that dog is going to soon learn that whatever the distraction is just not worth it. That they need to be paying attention to you and they need to be focused on you. So there's your training tip for the day. Lack of focus from your dog equals a physical consequence. And here again, the consequence is up to you, but I use a foot or a hand tap and then break into play after I praise them for focusing back on me. All right, y'all have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon.